That sort of started, I guess, in the last year of my undergrad, so like 2004. Like I got my first laptop and started experimenting with like live processing more, and that really sort of solidified over the span of like, well, since then I guess it sort of changed. Like I started off mainly doing more triggering sounds and stuff like that, and now when I perform live, I pretty much have a rule that I don't bring any pre uh, pre-recorded material. Sometimes I bring like little field recordings on cassette or something like that, but I try to avoid using sort of outside sort of sources and just coming and improvising. And I'm going to move toward preparing material to play, I think. Like for my CD release show, I've got a piece that I'm working on for cello, toy piano, and harp and stuff that's going to use electronics. But again, it's going to be, all the input is going to be happening in real time. Like there's not going to be any pre-recorded stuff. So yeah. What I just did on the camera was completely improvised. Yet I do think there's a certain structural thing that's preordained. Like based on like what I've got, the effects I've got running on the computer, it's like I've got things that sort of chop things to the rhythm, and I've got certain effects that are going to be there. So that aspect sort of governs how it's going to sound, and it's using looping. So that sort of is a compositional element. So it's improvised, but it's also preordained. On my recorded stuff, how I start to generate material is through improvisation, but ultimately it's like completely composed. Like it's very much like I grab that little bit and I put it there, and then I'll play something over top of it and process it a certain way, and then edit it a certain way, and then I have that layered, and it's very much thought out. And I mean, I do other stuff too. I mean, I write for chamber ensembles. I write for I do stuff for theater, and it's all the same sort of process. Like it's like as the other recorded stuff, like it's kind of like I improvise something and then I write that idea down and then I play with that. And so improvisation plays a huge role in what I do, and but I think increasingly I'm finding I'm doing less of the sort of free improv thing, like playing like free jazz or whatever. Like I play in a group called Ivy in the City, and that's improvised and stuff. But a lot of my activity now is sort of like somewhere between improvisation and composition, and I would call it more composed in a way. Interested in my music? I think yeah. I don't know. I'm optimistic in the sense that I think that a lot of people could be interested in it. I don't mean that in a way that's like. I don't mean everyone's going to be interested in it, but I think a cross section of people, because it does involve different things, and I do a whole bunch of different things. I mean, this is one facet. The recording stuff is one facet of it. I make dance music too, under the name Piège, and then I compose for chamber ensembles. So that's already a really wide array of things. And I mean, it all has my sort of take on it, but I don't know. I've been lucky, I think, in the sense that it seems like a wide range of people like it. But I guess the stuff that's coming out on the record, it's pretty geeky. So you kind of have to have an interest in electronic music and kind of abstract sort of things. I don't know. It doesn't really fit neatly in a category. I mean, it's sort of like somewhere between the sort of academic electroacoustic sort of stuff that's coming out of Montreal and Birmingham and places like that. And there's like aspects of like noise music. There's aspects of like ambient sort of things. So there's a strong instrumental facet to it too. So it's like it's kind of in its own little world, I guess. I don't know. So yeah.